Alright, guys, this is part 2. I have 9 minutes left on my phone, so I'll talk for a good maybe 9 minutes. I'm done, guys. I could delete the videos, but this video I only want to make for an hour and 25 minutes. So this is part 2. I'll talk for 9 minutes, and I'm done, guys. Yeah. That's why Xanus will be better than Hollywood, guys. A better brand than Hollywood. Yeah, man. And those Xanus are lucky. They're going to be part of that amazing journey with me. Aerotend on Devils and Demons. You're looking at a masterpiece of a movie. Ivan, how scared or Earth I'd be. Guys, man, like, I'm putting $400 million towards visual effects and $100 million towards the mask and the armor and the weapons. I mean, you do the math, how scared Earth I'd be. Looking at the most Arabian movies, you're looking at a devil, man. A walking demon. Whereby you guys feel for me, the actors. It's crazy, man, yeah. Earth will be a devil. Yeah, man. A devil. Yeah. I guarantee before when I said I'm an amazing storyteller and that I would co-write names repeated, you guys probably thought I wasn't that good of a writer, right? Yeah, maybe Ivan's just being biased. I don't think his book's that good because my vocabulary in English when I speak is not the greatest, obviously. Because I don't really have knowledge of the big English words. And you read my book, holy shit, man, Ivan's book's fucking entertaining. It's sick. Yes, when I told you I was gifted, I wasn't playing around. I'm a gifted storyteller. And I can also write an amazing screenplay too. I'm gifted. God gave me the gifts. He gave me each of the gifts, right? And that's why the Gates want to control your brand, Ivan, because they know I wrote the best fans on whatever. They know it's a multi-billion-dollar brand. It's a huge brand. It's a billion-dollar brand because I wrote it. But it's not just, I didn't just write some shitty books to make money. I wrote a masterpiece. It's the best fans novel written. It'll be the biggest brand in the industry. I don't know, $100 billion brand. That's why they want to control it, because they're greedy pigs. Yeah, because they're used to controlling all the money in the world, they also want to control my money. They think they deserve to control my money, but like, you don't, man. You're not God. You didn't create this place, man. You may be the god of the money system in the world, but you're not the god of the universe who created the earth, created the animals, created the humans, created space. Me and VJ created it all, and it's where the rightful heir is, not you. You don't just control my money, man. The trillions in the world is yours. The billions out the books for me and VJ. You're just a greedy pig. You can't stand the fact of me and VJ being that rich, because you're crazy, yeah. And the proof is VJ. VJ sold out, and she's only worth $12 million, which means that's how you know the gatekeepers are never going to let you be a billionaire. It's not going to happen. They're consumed with their envy. They're crazy people. Even when I'm poor, they take my money, man. They take my money, yeah. Even when I'm poor, they take my money. I remember before, when I was lost, they used to always charge me money for gas and everything. Ivan, you have to pay like $20, $30 gas. When I was making like... When I was in college, I was only making like $250 every 2 weeks. But the majority of my money... the majority of my money got drained because I had to pay. The gatekeepers are fucking wicked people. Yeah, man. Yeah. Yeah, when I was in college, I worked part-time. I was only making like my $250, and the majority of that money got drained. Because, yeah, I have to pay a lot of stuff. Yeah. Yeah. Ivan, screenwriting looks hard. Screenwriting is a bit more difficult than writing a novel. I read the book. I read how he showed a few screenplays and movies, obviously. Screenwriting is a bit more difficult than writing a novel, but if you can write an amazing novel, you can also write your amazing screenplay. Because if you have a picture brain, you'll be able to write an amazing movie too, obviously. But movie scripts is a bit more difficult. That's why I need a little bit of help with that. I want Peter and Guillermo to help me out with a screenplay for Xanus. Some saying, huh? Yeah. Yeah. Ivan, what's the best advice you can give writing a fantasy novel? I told you, take creative writing classes. That will help you out a little bit. Watch Brandon Sanderson's lectures on YouTube. That will help you out a lot. And study the greats. Study how Brandon Sanderson, George R. R. Martin, J.K. Rowling wrote their books. And Stephen Erickson, Malzahn. Study how those guys wrote their books. And the most important thing is keep writing, keep practicing your writing. Challenge yourself. Write a 5,000, 10,000 word fantasy novel. Challenge yourself and have people review it. If you get pretty good reviews, and that's how you go back and you improve your writing, and that's how you get better. Go back and watch Brandon Sanderson's lectures, and that's how you get better as a writer. The number one thing is practice your writing, man. You need to practice your writing. Constantly keep writing. For me, I only have to write one book to hone my craft because I have the creative gift. But I told you my writing back then was not as good as it is now. If you read my Islamic book and you compare it to Xanus, you see a difference. My writing was not as good as it was back then, as good as it is now. But I honed my craft because I wrote over 30,000 words. That's a lot of practicing. I wrote 30,000 words. That's like 70 pages worth of a book, right? I wrote a good, 70 pages worth of that Islamic story, and I stopped writing that book, and I started writing my fantasy novels, and that's how I honed my craft. You keep writing and practicing, and that's how you get better. But I told you, if you don't have the mind, you're going to have a tough time writing on fantasy. That's just the truth. You got to have a little bit of a creative mind, man. Especially with fantasy, because fantasy is a fictional world that you need to really what? Think about what world you want to build, yeah. Ivan, your world building is so unique, the north and the south, and the south like north, as I know, it's a masterpiece, and my world's amazing. Yeah. Almost done here, guys. Yeah. Yeah. Ivan, you got that idea of the North and the South off Star Wars? No, the North and the South, that's my own creative mind. But my idea of how you have the North is the upper lands and the South is the lower lands, I got that off Star Wars. The Star Wars Knights of the Republic game. Remember in the Kashyyyk scene, you have the upper lands and the lower lands? I got that idea of that. And he was like, Ivan, really? Yeah, I got my idea of that. Obviously. And I got that idea of the Xanadu Arts off Lucasfilm Arts. Lucasfilm Arts used to own the Star Wars games, right? Not anymore. Now it's a different company. I got my idea of that. And the Jedi Arts too. You have something called the Jedi Arts in Star Wars too. I got my idea of the Xanadu Arts of that. But even though I got my idea of that, I made it original. I made it my own. The Spies of the South, I got off Lord of the Rings. The Lord of the Rings movie, The Spies of Duncan Hyde. I got my idea of that. Aratat's Spies of the South. And the Eagles, I got that idea off Lord of the Rings too. The Eagles. But I made it original. I didn't copy Lord of the Rings. I made it my own. Some saying? The Forest of Galathea, I got it off Fangoon Forest, but I made it my own. I call it the Galathea, the Forest of Galathea. That's a beautiful name, I know. The Forest of Galathea. Galathea Forest. The Cursed Forest, obviously. And the Valley of the Dark, I got off the Bible. The passage in when David says, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I shall fear no evil. I got my idea of the Valley of the Dark off that. And I got it off Bill Weese's book, 23 Minutes Now. When he says, when he supposedly went to hell, there's a darkness that you can feel. I got my idea of that. But I made it original. I made it my own. There's nothing wrong with taking ideas from these authors, but you got to make it original. Don't copy them. Make it original. Make it your own. Some Sarah? Anyways, guys, for this video, I hope you guys enjoyed the show. This is my two-part video. Stay tuned. I'll make a video tomorrow after my shift activity. This is Ivan Mara. I'm signing off. Peace. I hope you guys enjoy this evening show from Ivan Mara. Peace out, guys. Don't hate them, son.